I'm changing my mind when it comes to Mandela effect. And what made me do this was the biblical changes of the Mandela effect. I used to think the Mandela effect was done by an evil force, Satan, or Satan's minions, essentially, who are saying, we control everything on the world. And they're laughing at us by, showing us the changes. I actually don't think that's the case now. I actually think it's done by God. And the reason I say that is because, check it out, man. The more I recognize the changing reality for what it is, I mean, literally, lion lays down with a wolf, that's no longer in the Bible. Where two or more are gathered, that's no longer in the Bible. There's so many. My man, Moneybag73 was saying, God created the heaven and the earth in Genesis 1, and then literally Genesis 2:1 it said, and the heavens and the earth. There's no reason for it to say heavens in the plural. In the second chapter of Genesis, in the first chapter, it says the heaven. That doesn't make any sense. It's just so many instances of this. My man Rocco was saying about corn as opposed to wheat, grain fields. I forgot what it was. It's just there's so many different things. It's nuts. And what I think it is, I think it's God's way of saying, hey, the Bible isn't me. Don't put me in the Bible. Don't make the Bible itself as your idol. Don't idolize a book written by man. And I know it's going to offend a lot of people. I'm sorry. The Bible in of itself isn't God, man. We go back to Thomas Aquinas. He was around 1200, something like that. That was before the King James. They had, the Geneva Bible, the Great Bible, something like that. But I mean, all these Bibles were before the King James. Because I was wondering, why is the Bible, the King James seems to be under the most changes than the NIV. I don't really read the NASB, but, be it as it may. It seems like the King James is most. King James is most. But before the King James, and just, if you look at the history of the King James, man, I mean, come on. Before the King James is the Geneva Bible. Then I forgot what it's called before that. But basically, the actual Bible itself wasn't even created until 400. You know what I'm saying? Was Augustine, was he around before the actual Bible was composed? I don't know. This isn't to doubt the Bible. I know people get mad. They're like, whoa, I'm just telling you. There's been changes in the Bible. You can't just, it, man. If you just look at what you remember as the words of the Bible, and now you look at it now, I don't know how you can't state their changes. And the changes in the Bible, I think, are good because it says, do not idolize the book, idolize the Creator. And when I listen to these people with the Mandela effect, who aren't necessarily religious, they've become a lot more attuned with the Creator than they were before, because I think they realize that a supernatural being exists. Now, they might not agree it's a Christian God necessarily, of an Abrahamic religion. I frankly don't care. I just think to recognize a Creator. I happen to believe that Jesus Christ was born, died, and was raised again for salvation of all sins, 100%. But who am I more aligned with? A guy who believes in a Creator of all things, supernaturally, or someone who says, I don't know, man, the Bible is everything. I just know. No, I'm sorry. The Bible is a book. It's a book. God, the Creator, is so much bigger than the Bible, man. It's so much bigger than the Bible. And so if the Bible was created by man, whoa, sister, didn't even look, man. Jeez Louise and blue cheese. If the Bible was created by man as a guideline for men to live by, human beings, I love it, but that's not God. And as such, God is changing things, and some of it's silly. To say the Monopoly man, did not have a monocle. We did. To say there's no stovetop stuffing. Instead of potatoes, it was. I mean, a million different things, the Mandela effect. A million different things. Forrest Gump life was like a box of chocolates. No, that's not what it was. It was always life is like a box of chocolates. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that, but not anymore. Now it's life was like a box of chocolates. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. No, there's never a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It's always been a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but now it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Why does God do that? Maps? I don't know. I don't know. But I think what he's doing is saying, hey, wake up, man. Wake up. You're falling prey to false idols. Be it entertainment, be it putting God in a book, the Bible. No, God's so much more above a book that's written by man. And I think God is doing this to say, wake up for those who can see. Wake up. Wake up. Stop discounting me. And actually, I think it's even more than that, frankly. I think when you start going down this path of liberation, which is truly what it is, you start recognizing, hey, we are the center of the universe. I am the center of the universe. We are the center of the universe. We are God's people. Made in Him is in His image, and He wants a personal relationship with us all. And God is trying to wake us, and this is my opinion, I could absolutely be wrong. God is trying to wake us up to say, do not fall for false gods, i.e. of religion. Don't put me in a religious box. Do not fall for false gods of church. Don't put me in a church box. Do not fall for false gods of scientism, the universe, expanding, Big Bang, all that. No, I'm so much more above that. And if I got to wake you out of your slumber by changing things that are near and dear to your heart to make you say, wait, that doesn't make sense. That was never like that. Well, that's what I'm going to do. So my personal take on the Mandela effect is actually a force for good. God is doing it to wake us up. And I tell you, since I've learned of the Mandela effect, I've been incredibly more in awe of the good Lord. And I follow people too. They're like, man, this is nuts. The Creator's up to something. I don't know what it is, but I'm on board. And I just think it's freaking wonderful. A personal relationship with the one who created everything. I mean, my goodness. How blessed are we all? Don't discount that. All right, we'll see you. Love to your thoughts.